What does Battlefield Portal mean to me? This is a question I've been asking myself over the past few weeks since DICE unveiled the new mode that is going to shape Battlefield as we know it going forward. The compilation of previous and current Battlefield games all into one compendium style mode is something that definitely tugs on the heartstrings of the veterans of the franchise, myself included, and I imagine it's got many of our minds racing with ideas of the modes we can create and be able to share with all our friends and the wider community. But back to the question in hand, what does the new Portal mode actually mean to me? Portal to me signifies a move by DICE to try and bring back lost players, people who gave up on the franchise after Battlefield 5 or even Battlefield 1, and to try and bring them back into the fold. To be honest, I can't really blame them. If they want this game to succeed and have the longevity of the next 5+ years, DICE need to try and capture those ex-players who've moved on to other franchises, whether that be within arcade shooters, milsims, or even further afield. I know plenty of people who've moved on to games like Insurgency Sandstorm, Hell Let Loose, and more recently Enlisted, rather than stick around on Battlefield 5, but who in the past have played Battlefield constantly in the days of Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, and Battlefield 4. Also, with new and adventurous FPS games coming out on the regular, I know that DICE want to also retain their market without it being impacted too much by new and upcoming releases, so catering to the older fans of the franchise and their core player base is a great way of cementing that going forward. Portal to me means the opportunity to relive what made Battlefield great for me. I sound like a broken record by now, but Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3 are what sold me on the franchise. Before we had the levolution of Battlefield 4 and the atmosphere of Battlefield 1, we had open warfare with boots on the ground and vehicles working in tandem to achieve objectives. It was more stripped back, with less of a need for additional mechanics to keep the players coming back and enjoying the game on a day-to-day basis. It definitely was a simpler time, some may say it was probably more pure as well, but also where the barrier to entry was nowhere near as high. I say this when I see people destroying lobbies on Battlefield 4, 1 and 5 with ease, especially those who are adept in vehicles, and when I look back at the hours I spent playing Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3 in particular, I never recall one team completely dominating the other until maybe near the end of Battlefield 3's life cycle at least, and I still remember the tough close battles I had on Russian conquest, giving that real tug-of-war feeling game after game. Portal might allow us to go back to those times again, with the ability to rein in the mechanics back to those games rather than what we've seen in Battlefield since, and to me that's a huge win. You're definitely going to see me on vanilla Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3 servers that spring up when the game drops, just to relive those days on a new engine with all the bells and whistles. Lastly, Portal to me means community first. A lot has been mentioned about the construction of modes, servers and gameplay within this mode, and how people are able to use a logic editor to make their wildest Battlefield dreams a reality. DICE know they're essentially handing the keys to the kingdom to the everyday bloke on the street to do with as they wish. And with that comes the expectation that we as a massive Battlefield community, each with our own individual groups within that, having the opportunity to build great things for everyone to enjoy. There's also been mention that DICE will be showcasing the most popular community-made modes on a potentially weekly basis, which again adds another element to community engagement and development of exciting new Portal modes on a regular basis too. But the key for me here is the fact that we are able to create modes that anyone can hop into at any time once we start up a server, making collaboration and community even more of a cornerstone to the Battlefield experience going forward. This is something I know people have been calling for a long time. It's brilliant to see DICE listening to the community at large. So, to put it all into perspective, Portal is coming and I can't wait to start learning it. I've already planned out a number of different pieces of content for when Portal drops. I know many other content creators are going to be all over it as well, so look forward to your YouTube sub boxes being inundated with Portal gameplay, modes and tutorials when October rolls around. I'm just excited to see the logic editor firsthand and really get to grips with it and iron out the nuances within that. Of course, you all know the score now, let's get out there, let's get after it, and I'll see you in the next one. But hold up a minute, I just want to make a quick comment about the situation that's arisen around Portal mode, specifically the lack of a Spectator mode within that. Ultimately, I think that's a bit of a shame, but I know we as a community definitely have the power to change that. So please keep reaching out to DICE devs and making it clear on social media that that's something that we want to see for content creation, for virtual photography, and for the competitive Battlefield scene. Anyways guys, I'm going to love you and leave you, I'll catch you all in the next one.